and a culture that scoffs at honor can rise up to lead and to shine. Time to be the best man that you could be. This is the Manlihood ManCast.
Welcome to the Manlihood ManCast. I'm your host, Josh Hatcher. Listen, today's podcast is being recorded from my car. Why? Well, saves me some time, uses some time that I normally would just be downtime while I'm driving. I'm able to talk to you guys. So for today, this makes sense. So if you hear any weird background noise, or if you're watching the video and you see a little bit of jostling, it's because Pennsylvania roads are in bad condition right now. But hey, it works really good for me, and I'm sure you guys don't mind a little bit of loss of quality for this week. But let me tell you, we're going to talk about some important things today, and I want you to really open up your mind and really think about it, because it's made a big difference in my life to start changing these things, and I hope it'll make a big difference in yours. Today we're going to talk about poverty mindset, what it is, how to break it. We're going to be back in just a minute.
Hey man, I see you. I see your fire going out. I see your marriage barely holding on. I know you're broke, wore out, and at the end of your rope. I've been there, and it sucks. It sucks the spark right out of you, till all you have left is a pile of wet wood. It feels like it's never gonna burn. I can't fix your problems. I can't make her love you again. I can't lose 50 pounds for you or fill your bank account. But I can remind you of who you are. I can share some of my fire. I can help you make a plan to get your life back on track. So let's go. Let's do this. Let's reignite our lives. There's a lot at stake. No one wants their marriage to end in divorce. No one wants to wallow in despair or to the dark places that follow. So let's do it. Let's reignite our lives. Let's reignite our passion, our marriage, our health, our careers, our dreams, our mindsets. Get reignite today.
So guys, we're going to talk today about poverty mindset. And this is something that a lot of people have a struggle with and might not even realize it. I know that I did for a long time. I had this mindset that I was poor. And I think one of the things that people don't understand is when you allow your mindset to take over, it really influences the rest of your life. So here's how the poverty mindset works is they say, that you have to spend money to make money, but you won't spend money because you're afraid that you're going to lose it. So risk, any kind of risk at all, is very limited, and you don't dare invest time or energy or money into something because you don't believe it'll come back to you, or you are just horribly bad with your money because it's easier to spend it than it is to be wise with it. Hey, I've got this money, I'm going to spend it before it's gone, which is not wise at all, but that's part of one of the ways that poverty mindset reveals itself. And I know that with myself, listen, we were in poverty for a long time. Part of what happens in that too is that you almost give up hope that things can get any better, and you almost stop trying to make it better. And so it's also easy to fall into a victim mentality when this happens. So it's everybody else's fault that you don't have what you need. The rich guys or the bad guys. It's not a pretty place to be. And honestly, when you are in a poverty mindset, you will always remain in poverty. I encourage you, if you want to know more about what it is, look it up. Look up and read about it, because it's a powerful thing, and there's a generational aspect to it where you remain in it forever. Whether it's being bad and spending all of your money, or whether it's almost hoarding your money that you have because you're afraid you're going to lose it. But it will keep you in poverty, and you won't succeed and you won't get out of it unless you break that mindset. So let's look a little bit about how to break a poverty mindset. And when you do some research on the internet, you're going to find all kinds of answers about this. You're going to find all kinds of books. I read an interesting book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which I'm going to be honest with you is a little bit of hocus pocus nonsense and a bunch of truth weaved into it. So you've got to put your smart guy goggles on if you read that book. But some of the things that I think I gleaned from that, and then my own experience in talking with others who were able to break out of this mindset, is, I guess, kind of where my list is going to come from for you. So the first thing you've got to work on, guys, is your identity. You have to know and understand who you are. We will say things like this when we're in a poverty mindset. I'm broke, or I'm poor. And those are identity statements, I am statements. And when you make those statements, they reveal something. Sometimes we just say them flippantly. So somebody's like, hey, you want to go out to eat with us tonight? I can't, I'm broke. Okay, that statement in and of itself is a very limiting statement for you, because what it does is it puts you in a position where that's who you are. You don't have to be that. You don't. You want to break out of that, and so what that involves is recognizing that it's an identity statement and you need to change it. So a better way to say, you know what, I would love to go out to dinner with you tonight, but I'll be honest with you, I have some limitations with my funds and I'm trying to be wise with what I have, so I'm not going to spend my money on that tonight. If that sounds rude to say to your friends, you can just say no thank you, and then to yourself you can say, I'm choosing to spend the little bit of money that I have a different way. Because that's really what it comes down to, is your money is not your identity, it is the choices that you make. And you are choosing to say, going out to a fancy restaurant is not the best use of my money right now. That's okay to say that. The other thing you've got to do is you've got to have some positivity. And this is hard because to be positive, we tend to feel one way or another. We either tend to feel positive or we feel negative. I'm going to challenge you and say that the words that you use can change how you feel. So if you're feeling negative, you speak that positivity over it. You kind of just say, all right, look, I don't know how we're going to get through this and I'm scared. That's truth. But I know we're going to get through it. I know that what I need is going to work out. That is a positivity statement, and it changes your perspective. It takes practice. Positivity is like a muscle that you have to exercise to get good at using. So keep working on it. Keep challenging it. Keep challenging yourself by making yourself say the positive thing so that you're focusing on that and not on the negative thing. That positivity is that second part that you need to work on, your identity statements and your positivity. The other thing that we've got to work on, and this one is where things can kind of sound a little bit mumbo jumbo, so forgive me if it sounds that way. And that is attraction, the law of attraction. Now, there's a lot of books that are written about this. Napoleon Hill's book that I mentioned earlier is one. The Secret, which is another one. And listen, I'm not going to lie to you. It sounds like New Age mumbo jumbo, and honestly, some of it is. But I do believe that there is at least some truth that they're trying to capture. There is something to the fact that you will attract what you have, and you will attract people to yourself that are like you. You will attract ideas to yourself and opportunities to yourself according to what you think about and what you entertain. So if you want to be, and when I say rich, I want you to know and understand very clearly that it is not just about making money to have money. We can talk about that in a minute. But if you want to have the money that you need, you have to stop acting like you're poor. You have to stop hanging out with broke. You have to stop aligning yourself with that. Now, I'm not saying you go out and you pretend and you pose and you try to be a high roller when you're not, or that you spend money unwisely that you don't have. But what I am saying is, you will attract things to your life. Opportunities will come to you based on how you think and how you operate. Honestly, I think that everybody has equal opportunity in this world. know that's a controversial statement these days, and I do understand that there are inequalities in this world, injustices in this world that shouldn't be there. I get that. But I do think that in general, people can choose to rise above those things. They may need some help, but they can rise above those things. It's up to them to get the help they need. It's up to them to pursue it. It's up to them to break out of it. You can choose to stay in generational poverty, stay in a poverty mindset, or you can choose to attract opportunity. Now, the next thing, guys, is education. Now, I did not finish my college degree, and I'm not ashamed of that because I was just racking up debt and not learning anything. But I want to say, one of the bestest ways, the bestest, it sounds like an educated person right there, college dropout for you. One of the best ways that you can grow, one of the best ways that you can learn, one of the best ways that you can better yourself and better your situation is to learn. So whether that's going to a trade school, whether that's investing in college or a law degree, or whatever it is that you need to move forward, honestly, whether it's just looking up on the internet and looking up how-to videos for the thing that you want to do, or reading books at the library, any of those things that you need, if you want to succeed and you want to grow and you want to get better and you want to make more money, you may have to invest in what you know to make yourself more valuable. You have a value, obviously, just in yourself and who you are, but if you want to make money, somebody else has to believe in that value and want to invest in that value so that they can make money. Or if you're looking at being an entrepreneur and doing it on your own, really still somebody is paying you something and they have to believe in your value. They have to see your value and be willing to trade value for value. So bettering yourself and educating yourself, whether that's through a school or whether that's just learning the information that you need or acquiring the skill that you need. If you are going to be a good welder and you need practice, that's education. But that will help you also break out of poverty mentality. So investing in yourself, investing in your education, and investing in your direct value. The last thing, guys, and this one is important because this one, honestly, is the biggest reason that most people are poor, and that is hard work. People often miss opportunity because it's dressed in overalls and looks like hard work. That's a quote from Thomas Edison. If you want to succeed, and if you want to break out of poverty, you've got to work. There is no get rich quick. There is no easy way to make millions. I don't care what the infomercials tell you on TV. I don't care what the motivational speaker or whoever tells you. You can't just think and get money. You got to work. You got to work hard. Now, if you can find work that you love to do, if you can find a way to monetize your passion, yeah, okay, so maybe that hard work doesn't look as difficult if it's something you love to do. Listen, manlyhood, I would love to be able to grow this into a full-time income for myself. I love it. I am passionate about it. It is my passion. I wake up in the morning and I get excited about it. I go to bed at night, I'm excited about it. And all day long, while I'm doing other jobs for other people, I'm excited about this one. It doesn't make me any money yet. It will. I believe that it will. I know that it will. But in order for it to get there, I've got to put in the work, and I've got to work hard. I've got to invest in myself to learn what I need to learn, and I've got to invest work into this business to turn it into something. So I don't care what it is that you want to do or what it is that you are hoping to accomplish, what kind of dreams that you want to have, I care about them, but whatever they are, you're not going to get there without investing hard work. Guys, so breaking out of a poverty mindset starts with, we'll recap, it starts with understanding your identity and knowing that your value is inherent, it's in you, it's created in you, and then making sure that you don't contradict that with the words that you speak. It's also recognizing and understanding the need to be positive and not negative, because negativity will just keep you there, will keep you in poverty. And you've also got to recognize that you attract things to your life based on how you think and how you behave. And so if you need to make changes so that you can start attracting the right things, make those changes. You also got to invest in yourself and your education so that you can make yourself more valuable by learning new skills or new information that makes people want to give you money for that skill or information. And the last thing, guys, again, that important factor in breaking out of a poverty mindset and in breaking out of poverty itself is hard work. That's one that many people will try to weasel their way out of. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to this podcast. I really appreciate it. We're going to be right back in a minute with Ask a Man, and we have Louis Costa, who's going to share some stuff. Louis is a buddy of mine. He's got some answers to some questions that have come in, so stay tuned.
It's time for Ask a Man. Visit manlihood.com/ask-a-man.
Hey guys, I'm Louis Costa. I am your resident life coach, here to light your fire from the quarantined Ironmill facility in Bradford, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to answer some of the questions that have been given to me through Manlihood to let you light your fire and get started on your path. You ready? I am. Let's go. I just got laid off. How many people is that right now? I want to put my time to good use and get ripped. But since I'm laid off and all the gyms are closed, I'm not going to invest in a bunch of equipment. What can I use at home to get swole? Well, I don't know who that was written from, but it makes it sound like, first of all, a goal is never to be ripped. If your goal is to be ripped, you're going to fail because the genetics are you're probably not going to be ripped. It's super hard for guys that have been doing it our entire lives to get really ripped and swole. That's not a good goal. A good goal is to feel better, which is what exercise does. You don't need a gym to do that. You can start by walking. It's fantastic getting out there. All the guys in here know. Everybody that's been known and been training with me knows we don't use a lot of tools. You have to graduate to a level of being a weightlifting certified under my ward. You get to experience those machines and those equipment and my ire and my focus down on you. What's best? Man, start with some yoga poses. Start with some basic sit-ups, basic. Here, we'll go with the main three. Erase all that. You got the main three. You got sit-ups, push-ups, squats. Go down to your bed. Push yourself up off your bed. Squat down to your bed. Squash back up. Stand back up. Basic stuff. If you're starting from ground zero, the best thing you can do for yourself in this quarantine time of ours is to start doing anything you can. You don't need a gym like this. You don't need to live in the gym or to go to a gym to get that. In fact, most of the people in the gyms are less than 25 years old. So if you're watching this, you're probably older than 25 years old, I would guess. Chances are you're not in a gym anyways. It's not a great place for you. It's not a great place to learn it ruins a lot of people's accomplishments, comparing themselves to ripped and swole people they see online doing whatever they're doing online, Instagramming, modeling, whatever, influencing people with their ways. We don't care about that. What I care about you doing is getting off your bed with the big three, right? We got push-ups, we got sit-ups, and you got squats off your bed. Do lunges off your stairs. Do lunges in general, basic lunges. If you have any questions on form and things like that, just email me. We're right here. I'm a real person. I'm a real coach. I'm here to do this for you. I'm your life coach. Get a hold of me. Get a hold of Manlihood. Start listening to what we're broadcasting out here. It's important that you understand you're not alone in your fitness journey. In fact, the best thing you can do for your mental health right now, the best thing you can do if you're stuck inside is take the first step. The first step to your mental health and your physical fitness is that first step out the door. And so if you're listening to this, if you're excited, if you feel like, hey, I want to start to do something, well, then get a hold of one of us. Get a hold of somebody in your town right now. We're right in your community. There's a bunch of us that like the feeling of working out. The fitness industry is coming around in this town. And, with the internet, it can be from anywhere. We can help light your fire as your coach wherever you need to be through Manlihood. We're glad you're involved in this. I'm proud of you to be here. I'm sweating normally, just getting excited about it. So listen, that's our life coaching fitness goal from Ironmill for Manlihood viewers out there. If I got one thing to say to you guys, it's get off your butts, get outside, and take that first step. Get there.
You want to be a better man? Check out our website, manlihood.com, for blogs, videos, and more from our Manlihood team. You can also join our private Facebook group, Manlihood ManCast, where you can meet up with a band of brothers who will challenge you and help you on your journey of manhood. Be sure to check out all our resources at manlihood.com/store. This episode is produced by Thatcher Media for manlihood.com. Our manly theme music is from Austin Sterling and also from Mark Cruz. Sure to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes, YouTube, or whatever you're listening to. Tune in again for more of the Manlihood ManCast.